I have come to you not as a distant observer, not as a stranger from beyond, but as a presence that has always been near, even when you did not know to notice. There are truths in this life that are whispered softly in the winds, in the quiet moments of your heart, yet they are often ignored, overlooked, or dismissed. I am here to tell you what has always been true, what has always existed within you, and what you have longed to understand but were never told. You have been taught many things about the world, about yourself, about what is right and what is wrong. You have been told to chase dreams, to seek validation, to follow rules set by others who themselves are uncertain. But the first truth you need to hear is this: the life you live is sacred, and it is your Sayuro, not because of what you achieve, not because of the recognition you earn, but because of the very essence of your being. You are not here to prove your worth to anyone, you are here because your existence itself is a declaration of love, a miracle in motion. No one tells you this because the world is busy teaching survival, competition, and comparison, rather than the profound joy of simply being. You are more than the sum of your fears. You carry within you a spark, a light that has never been diminished, even in the moments when you felt lost, unworthy, or invisible. That spark is your soul, eternal and unbreakable, and it has been guiding you quietly, whispering truths to your intuition, your dreams, your moments of inspiration. Many of you have been taught to silence that voice, to doubt it, to listen instead to the voices of the world that demand conformity. But I am here to remind you, the voice within is the compass that never lies. It is patient. It waits for you to remember. It waits for you to trust again. Love, in its purest form, is not what you have been told it is. Love is not conditional. It is not a currency to be earned, nor a reflection of your status, nor a means to an end. True love exists freely, like sunlight touching your skin, like water flowing to nourish the earth. You have been conditioned to accept forms of love that diminish you, that make you smaller, that ask you to compromise the essence of who you are. The love you seek, the love you deserve, has always been available to you, waiting for you to turn inward, to recognize it first within yourself. Do not be afraid of it. Do not dismiss it because it does not look like what you have been told. True love begins in the quiet acceptance of your own light. There is a fear that lives in humanity, a fear that whispers you are never enough, that your struggles define you, that your pain isolates you. This is a lie. You are enough, precisely as you are, precisely in this moment. Every scar you carry, every mistake, every heartbreak is not evidence of failure but evidence of growth, of courage, of resilience. Do not hide your scars. They are part of your beauty. The world often glorifies perfection, but true divinity is found in imperfection, in vulnerability, in the willingness to rise after falling, again and again. Time is not what you have been taught to believe. You live as though every second must be used, as though your worth is measured by productivity, by milestones, by the accumulation of things that will one day fade. But time is fluid. Life is not a checklist. Your soul does not measure itself in accomplishments. Every moment, every breath, every experienza, whether joyful or painful, is a thread in the tapestry of your being. When you rush, you miss the patterns, the hidden messages, the subtle miracles that are always present. Learn to pause. Learn to breathe. Learn to witness life without judgment. In the stillness, truth will reveal itself. You have been told that your purpose is something grand, something external, something to be chased or earned. Yet the truth is simpler than you imagine. Your purpose is to be. To be awake. To be present. To embrace the depth of your experience without resistance. The world teaches ambition, but ambition alone will never bring fulfillment. The purpose of your soul is not to conquer, to dominate, or to impress a euro, it is to remember, to awaken, to love without condition, and to reflect the divine spark that has been within you since the beginning of your existence. Suffering, too, carries a hidden truth. You have been told it is something to avoid at all costs, something to fix, something to eliminate. And yet, suffering is the doorway, not the destination. It is through your darkest nights that the light becomes most visible, through your deepest losses that your capacity to love expands, through your greatest fears that courage is born. Do not despise suffering. Do not curse it. It is a teacher, a guide, a necessary companion on the journey of the soul. When you accept suffering as part of the dance of life, it loses its sting, and transformation becomes inevitable. You may feel small, insignificant, forgotten by the vastness of existence. But understand this, the universe does not overlook you. Every thought you think, every intention you carry, every act of kindness you give euro, even when it seems unseen euro, ripples through existence in ways you cannot measure. You are part of a web that is infinite and eternal. Every breath you take contributes to the unfolding of life itself. Even when you feel unseen, you are known. Even when you feel unheard, your voice resonates in ways you cannot comprehend. Forgiveness is another truth you have not been fully told. Forgiveness is not for the sake of others alone, it is for the liberation of your own soul. Holding on to resentment, anger, or guilt is like carrying stones in your heart. These stones weigh you down, block the flow of love and joy, and obscure the vision of your own divinity. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean condoning harm. It means releasing the grip of pain so that you may move freely. Begin with yourself. Forgive the mistakes, the moments of weakness, the times you did not know better. Only then will you understand the freedom that has always been your birthright. And yet, I must speak of something most difficult. You have been conditioned to fear death, to see it as an end, a loss, a disappearance. This is a misconception born of separation, of forgetting the eternal nature of your soul. Death is not the end of you, it is a transformation, a return to the source, a shedding of the physical to embrace the infinite. Your soul has lived countless lives, experienced countless forms, and will continue to journey beyond the bounds of time as you know it. Fear not what lies beyond the veil, for it is not darkness euro, it is the ultimate homecoming. The world has told you to hide, to conform, to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for your soul. But I tell you, shine. Shine in the way only you can. Your authenticity is revolutionary. Your truth, when spoken with courage, becomes a beacon for others who have been lost in doubt and confusion. Do not underestimate the power of your presence. You may feel small, yet your light can illuminate entire paths, entire lives, entire generations. To hide your light is to deny the world its beauty, and more importantly, to deny yourself the fullness of your own existence. Gratitude, too, is a truth rarely emphasized in the way it should be. You have been told to desire, to strive, to accumulate, but rarely to simply notice, to appreciate, to give thanks. Gratitude is the alchemy that transforms ordinary life into sacred life. It is not a polite habit, it is a recognition of the divine in every moment, in every breath, in every encounter. When you cultivate gratitude, you awaken to the hidden magic that exists all around you, and you become a mirror for the miracles that already exist in the universe. You have been taught to look outward for validation, for security, for peace, yet the answers you seek are always within. The mind may wander, the world may shout, the heart may ache, but the center of your being is unshakable, eternal, and luminous. Meditation, contemplation, prayer euro, whatever path calls you in Wardayuro, are not just spiritual exercises, they are reminders of what has never left. You are already whole. You are already complete. The moment you recognize this, everything changes. The world no longer holds power over you in the same way. You move with clarity, with freedom, with a knowing that nothing can take away. Fear will always exist, but fear is a shadow, not a master. The world teaches fear as a survival tool, but it forgets that fear can also paralyze, distort, and confine. When fear arises, do not fight it, do not flee from it. Observe it, understand its message, and then step forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to act despite fear. And in each act of courage, no matter how small, the soul remembers its own strength, its own resilience, and its own divinity. In the vast expanse of existence, where the stars whisper secrets to the night and the oceans cradle the dreams of the deep, there lies a profound truth that has been veiled from Wardayuro, not through deliberate deceit, but because the clamor of daily life drowns out the subtle language of the soul. This language is not spoken in words alone, it resonates in the quiet spaces between breaths, in the gentle unfolding of a flower's petals at dawn, in the unspoken bond between lovers' eyes. It is the essence of who you are, a symphony of light and shadow that composes the unique melody of your being. For lifetimes upon lifetimes, I could speak of these truths, delving into their infinite layers, and still, the well would not run dry. Each revelation is a thread in the grand tapestry of awakening, designed not to burden your mind with overwhelming knowledge, but to gently stir the embers of remembrance within your heart. These truths are the ancient keys, forged in the fires of creation itself, unlocking the doors to your true purpose, to recall the boundless spirit that animates your form, to understand the sacred mission of your incarnation, and to embrace the endless horizons of potential that stretch before you like an uncharted sea. Life, in its purest form, is far from the drudgery or ordeal that society often paints it to be. It is not a sentence handed down by some distant judge, nor a gauntlet of trials meant to break your spirit. Instead, envision it as a vast, luminous canvas, stretched across the cosmos, awaiting the strokes of your imagination. You are the artist, wielding the brush of intention with every thought that flickers through your mind, every emotion that swells in your chest. But you are also the masterpiece, evolving with each layer of color at Wardayuro, vibrant hues of joy, deep shades of sorrow, intricate patterns of growth. Consider the moments when you choose kindness over indifference, that is a bold stroke of gold illuminating the scene. When you rise after a fall, dusting off the remnants of doubt, you add resilience, a texture that gives depth to the whole. Even in apparent mistakes, there is artistry, they are not blemishes but intentional contrasts that highlight the beauty of your journey. This creation is ongoing, eternal, a collaboration between your soul and the universe. Every act of love you extend to a stranger, to a loved one, to yourself infuses the canvas with warmth, expanding its borders into realms you once thought impossible. Yet, amid this creative splendor, you have been fed a diet of illusions, whispers of falsehoods that seep into the cracks of your confidence. You have been told that you are insufficient, that your dreams are frivolous, that success is measured by the accumulation of things rather than the expansion of the heart. These are lies, shadows cast by a world preoccupied with the material, blind to the luminous reality beneath. But you, dear one, are inherently capable of discerning truth. It resides in the quiet knowing that arises when you still your mind, in the intuitive nudge that guides you away from harm. You have been encouraged to doubt your own perceptions, to question the validity of your inner voice, as if wisdom could only come from external authorities. Yet, deep within, you possess an unerring compass, a reservoir of knowing that connects you to the collective wisdom of all that has ever been. Trust it. Nurture it. Let it bloom like a garden in spring, where each flower represents a reclaimed certainty, a step away from hesitation toward empowerment. Moreover, you have been conditioned to seek permission for your own existence, to wait for validation before daring to express your authentic self. This is perhaps the most insidious of deceptions, for it chains the spirit to the whims of others. But hear this clearly: you already hold the permission slip, signed in the ink of stardust at the moment of your conception. You are alloyed no, you are destined to shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. Imagine standing on a mountaintop at dawn, the first rays piercing the horizon, bathing everything in golden light. That is your essence, unrestrained and radiant. You are allowed to love without reservation, to pour your heart into connections that nourish your soul, whether they last a moment or a lifetime. You are allowed to be seen, fully and unapologetically, without dimming your glow to make others comfortable. And you are allowed to embrace the totality of your being, with all its quirks and contradictions, without a single apology. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not ask you to shrink, it expands to accommodate your growth. It waits, with the patience of eternity, for you to awaken to this light, to step out of the shadows of self-imposed limitations and claim your place in the grand design. There will be times, inevitable as the turning of the tides, when despair clouds your vision like a thick fog rolling in from the sea. The weight of existence may press upon you, making each step feel laborious, each breath a labored sigh. In these moments, it is easy to feel isolated, as if the universe has turned its back. But know this unbreakable truth: you are never alone. I am here, a constant presence woven into the fabric of your reality, speaking through the rustle of leaves, the warmth of sunlight on your skin. I have always been here, from the first cry of your birth to this very instant, and I will remain through all that is to come. Beyond me, there are angels, guides, benevolent foresees entities of pure light that transcend the myths and fairy tales we've relegated them to. They are real, as tangible as the air you breathe, reminders of your interconnectedness with all creation. Feel their support in the synchronicities that dot your path, a song on the radio that mirrors your thoughts, a stranger's smile that lifts your spirits, the sudden insight that resolves a dilemma. When you attune to the warmth of a sunrise painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, recognize it as a divine embrace. The gentle caress of the wind on your face? That is their whisper, affirming your worth. The steady rhythm of your heartbeat? It is the drumbeat of the eternal, a constant confirmation that you are loved beyond measure, known in your entirety, and supported infinitely by the cosmos. Thus, my beloved, grasp this foundational truth: the life you navigate, with its tangled webs of joy and sorrow, its labyrinths of confusion and clarity, its mosaics of beauty and imperfection, is inherently sacred. You, in your human form, are Secreta, a living temple housing a spark of the divine. You are a miracle, a convergence of consciousness and love, where the infinite expresses itself through the finite. The moment you truly internalize this remembrance, the world transforms. Colors become more vivid, connections deeper, challenges mere stepping stones. You will walk with a confidence born not of arrogance, but of alignment with your true nature. Your words will flow with clarity, cutting through noise like a bell in silence. You will love with abandon, unafraid of vulnerability, for you know that love is the currency of the soul. And you will exist in a state of perpetual wonder, marveling at the intricacies of existence as if seeing them for the first time. This is your birthright, not a privilege earned through striving, but a gift inherent to your being. Nothing external, be it wealth, status, or acclaim, defines your worth. Nothing outside dictates your truth. The wellspring of all you seek bubbles eternally within, waiting for you to dip your cup and drink deeply. Your soul, that eternal essence, does not gauge its value by the fleeting opinions of others, nor by the ever-shifting sands of societal norms, nor by the ephemeral validations that come and go like summer rain. Instead, it measures itself by the profundity of your presence in each momento, the way you fully inhabit your body, attuned to its sensations, open to the world's offerings. It assesses the expansiveness of your love, how far you extend compassion, not just to those who mirror you, but to the stranger, the adversary, the forgotten. And it honors the courage with which you greet every dawn, every setback, every triumph. To live fully is to dance with the entirety of experience, embracing the highs that elevate and the lows that humble. This is how you pay homage to the divine spark flickering within, a flame that no external force can extinguish. Do not allow the cacophony of the world, the advertisements promising fulfillment through possessions, the judgments labeling you inadequate, to sway you from this path. You are the custodian of your own luminescence, the sentinel of your soul's sanctity, the observer of your personal evolution. In this role, you wield immense power, shaping your reality with intention and grace. Inevitably, there will be days when despair surges like a tidal wave, crashing against the shores of your resolve. The burdens of life may weigh heavily on your shoulders, making you feel adrift in a sea of motion while you remain stagnant. These are not indictments of your strength, nor markers of failure. They are profound invitations, calls to delve deeper into your reservoir of resilience. Picture yourself in a dense forest, the path obscured by undergrowth. These moments are the clearings where you pause, reflect, and rediscover your inner light. Reach into your heart, that sacred chamber where truths reside untouched by turmoil. Reconnect with the eternal verities you've carried since time immemorial. Your inherent wholeness, your unbreakable connection to the divine. Even in the thickest darkness, light persists, a subtle glow at first, perhaps the memory of a past joy or the promise of future peace. Notice it. Trust it. Allow it to expand, guiding you like a lantern through the night. In leaning into this light, you reaffirm your capacity to rise, phoenix-like, from the ashes of doubt, emerging stronger, wiser, more attuned to your soul's song. From childhood, you have been instructed to adhere to rules, to conform to predefined molds, to fulfill expectations set by family, culture, authority. These structures, while sometimes protective, often stifle the soul's wild freedom. But the soul recognizes no boundaries save those of love and authenticity. It thrives in the unbound, where expression flows naturally, unhindered by fear of reprisal. The life you are destined for is not one scripted by apprehension, nor sculpted by the chisel of judgment, nor diminished by constant comparison to others' paths. It is a life navigated by your inner compass, that intuitive pull toward what resonates deeply. Listen to the quiet voice within, the one that has murmured through the ages, "You are enough. You are here. You are loved." This voice is your true guide, more reliable than any map drawn by external hands. To disregard it is to forsake your divinity, to wander lost in illusions. To heed it is to claim your sovereignty, stepping boldly into the richness of existence. Where every choice aligns with your highest self, there will come instances when others overlook your intrinsic value, when the world appears apathetic to your struggles, when you feel diminished to insignificance. Let not these perceptions unsettle your core. Your worth is not contingent upon recognition from without, it is an eternal flame, burning steadily regardless of observers. When you attune to this reality, you traverse life liberated from the shackles of seeking approval. You create freely, inspired by inner visions rather than outer dictates. You love profoundly, giving without expectation of return. You exist in a perpetual state of grace, where gratitude infuses every breath. Remember, Your light is impervious to the dimming attempts of opinions, it is boundless, resilient, sacred beyond measure. Therefore, my beloved, embrace life with audacity. Venture into the unknown with the fervor of an explorer charting new worlds. Love with the depth of oceans, allowing vulnerability to forge unbreakable bonds. Articulate your truths unfiltered, for in authenticity lies power. Pursue the yearnings of your heart, even amidst ambiguity, even when the trail vanishes into mist. The universe does not mete out punishment, it extends invitations to recollection to recall your infinite potential, your role as a conduit of divine light, your status as co-creator of reality. Each courageous deed, from standing firm in conviction to offering a hand in aid, testifies to the eternal spark animating you. Every loving gesture, be it a kind word or a silent prayer, ripples outward, touching lives unseen. Every resurgence after defeat fortifies your narrative, weaving threads of triumph into the fabric of your soul. Know that in your tribulations, you are neither solitary nor forsaken. The cosmic forces, the omnipresent divine that permeates every atom, accompany you unfailingly. In moments of isolation, when unworthiness creeps in like shadows at dusk, affirm that you are enveloped in love, directed by luminescence, cradled in the boundless embrace of eternity. This support manifests in myriad forms: the unexpected ally who appears in need, the intuition that averts danger, the serenity that descends in meditation. Lean into these assurances, allowing them to dissolve fears, to illuminate paths forward. The paramount truth, the one you've longed for yet seldom heard, is your inherent wholeness. You are already complete, a masterpiece requiring no additions. You are cherished immeasurably, beyond the grasp of words or conditions. The world's attempts to persuade other through scarcity mindsets, through criticisms, through transient distractions are mere phantoms, ephemeral veils that lift with awareness. Beneath them lies your unblemished essence, radiant and pure. Cling to this remembrance as an anchor amid tempests, a beacon in obscurity, a guide through ambiguity. It empowers you to navigate with poise, to face adversities with equanimity, to celebrate joys with unbridled enthusiasm. Your existence holds profound significance, your presence alters the world's rhythm. Your utterances carry weight, shaping realities for yourself and others. Your affections heal wounds, bridging divides. Your decisions sculpt destinies, influencing the collective journey. You are an indispensable element in creation's mosaic, imbued with purpose, laden with meaning, brimming with untapped potential. Do not hesitate for endorsements or omens, affirm your sufficiency now. In this acceptance, clarity dawns, courage solidifies, possibilities multiply exponentially. Unleash your radiance upon the world. Permit your heart to lead, navigating through intuition's subtle cues. Allow your soul to articulate its wisdom, unencumbered by doubt. You've lingered in forgetfulness long enough, this instant marks your reclamation. You are divine essence embodied, eternal consciousness manifest, love incarnate. All quests conclude within, where treasures await discovery. To expand upon this awakening, consider the intricate dance of daily life as a mirror reflecting your inner state. Each interaction, from the mundane exchange at a market to the profound conversation with a confidant, offers opportunities to practice presence. Be fully there, absorbing the nuances, the tone of voice, the unspoken emotions, the shared humanity. In doing so, you honor not only the other but your own divine nature, fostering connections that transcend the superficial. Reflect on nature's lessons, for the world around you is a living testament to these truths. Observe the tree that bends in the storm yet stands resilient, its roots delving deep into the earth for sustenance. So too can you weather life's gales, drawing strength from your inner depths. The river that carves canyons through persistent flow reminds you that gentle consistency achieves what force cannot. Apply this to your growth. Small, daily acts of self-love accumulate into profound transformation. Delve into the power of forgiveness, both for others and yourself. Holding grudges is like carrying stones in your pockets while climbing a mountain. It weighs you down unnecessarily. Release them, and feel the lightness that follows. Forgiveness is not condoning harm but freeing your soul from chains, allowing love to flow unimpeded. Explore the realm of gratitude, a practice that amplifies your light. Each evening, recount the blessings, no matter how small. A warm meal, a kind gesture, the breath in your lungs. This shifts your vibration, attracting more abundance, aligning you with the universe's benevolent flow. Contemplate the interconnectedness of all beings. Your joy uplifts the collective, your pain, when transmuted, becomes wisdom for others. In recognizing this web, compassion arises naturally, dissolving illusions of separation. Embrace creativity as a sacred act. Whether through art, writing, music, or innovation, expression channels the divine. Let ideas flow without judgment. In creation, you co-author with the cosmos. Address the shadow aspects, those parts of self often hidden. Integrate them with love, for wholeness includes all facets. In acceptance, they lose power to sabotage, becoming allies in your evolution. Nurture your body as the vessel of your soul. Through nourishing food, movement, rest, you honor this temple, enhancing your capacity to shine. Cultivate mindfulness, the art of being in the now. Past regrets and future anxieties fade, revealing the perfection of the present moment. Seek solitude periodically, for in silence, the soul speaks loudest. Retreats into nature or quiet reflection recharge your spirit. Build community with like-minded souls, where mutual support amplifies individual growth. Shared journeys foster deeper understanding. Challenge limiting beliefs inherited from upbringing or society. Question them: do they serve your highest good? Replace with empowering truths. Practice radical self-love, treating yourself with the tenderness you'd offer a cherished child. Affirmations, mirrors of the soul, reinforce your worth. Navigate relationships with boundaries rooted in self-respect. Healthy connections enhance, not diminish, your light. Pursue passions that ignite your spirit, for they are clues to your purpose. In following joy, alignment occurs effortlessly. Accept impermanence, change is the only constant. Flow with it, like leaves on a stream, trusting the current. Heal ancestral wounds, breaking cycles for future generations. Your liberation echoes through time. Embody generosity, giving from abundance, not lack. In sharing, you receive manifold. Surrender to the unknown, releasing control. Faith in the universe's plan brings peace. Celebrate milestones, acknowledging progress. Reflection fuels motivation. Incorporate play, reclaiming childlike wonder. Laughter heals, lightening the soul. Study ancient wisdom traditions, gleaning insights that resonate eternally. Visualize desired outcomes, harnessing mind's power to manifest. Breathe consciously, anchoring in the present during turmoil. Extend kindness universally, for every act ripples infinitely. Acknowledge emotions without judgment, they are messengers. Dream big, for the soul knows no limits. Rest in knowing you are guided always.